guys, in this video we're going to be going over our new favorite toys, the Rad Minis, right over there. We did partner with Rad and received a discounted rate on these bikes. However, that doesn't change anything for you because we did a lot of research on e-bikes and we decided on Rad. So even if a partnership didn't work out, we were prepared to pay full price. So with that said, we have now had these bikes for 6 months, and while we could have easily just filmed a review video for you the first day or even the first month, we really wanted to test them out and, get some good use out of them. So we've used them all summer. I'm sure you've seen them in some of our vlogs because we've had many people reach out and ask us how we feel about them. So this review video couldn't come at a more perfect time because we feel really confident in talking about the bikes. We've put over 100 miles on them and we've drained the batteries and we've tried them on all different types of terrain. So they're definitely approved. So let's just dive right in, and we're gonna do that with Jason on some of the specs.
Let's go over some of my favorite features of my Rad Mini, and the first being what makes it go fast. And so that is the 750 watt hub geared motor located back here in the rear hub. It gives you enough power to get uphill or get through some of that loose terrain. And if you're on just a straightaway, you can get up to 20 miles per hour, which we do all the time. When you're going that fast, another important concern is safety, and Rad Power has also got you covered there because they installed disc brakes in both the front and the back hubs, so you can stop pretty fast. And something that I found out, which was pretty cool, is when you hit the brakes, it actually kills the motor, so you're not fighting each other. Another thing that happens when you pull the brake is that the integrated brake light actually turns on, which is really cool. We've always had lights on our bikes, but you would have to turn them on yourself, and I would always take them off if we went somewhere, but these things are bolted on and you don't have to worry about them dying because it feeds right off the main battery pack of the bike. It has all the same features as other brake lights, where you can either turn it on permanently if you're riding in the dark, or you can set it to a strobe light, and that way you can be seen further away, which is a very important safety feature while riding at night. The motor, the brake light, and the headlight are all powered by this 14 amp hour lithium ion battery, which seems to just last forever. It is rated for between 25 and 45 miles per charge, which we've seen the upper end of that almost every time we've taken it out. We've probably charged our batteries only 4 times in the past 6 months, and 2 of those times were because we wanted to drain the batteries all the way for testing purposes. The other 2 times we just wanted a full charge before heading out. This battery is rated for 800 charge cycles, so we have plenty of life left in them. Another great thing is that it can also be removed, so you can take this battery inside to charge, and you can actually lock this battery in place, or just turn it off if you want the additional safety feature of someone not being able to cut the lock and then ride off with your bike. We love the front suspension that came on this bike. It absolutely helps when we're on some of the rougher trails or in the city and we're going off curbs. The great thing is that it can be adjusted, so you can change it to your preferred stiffness. Another great feature that these bikes came with was these 4-inch fat tires by Kenda. They really help no matter the terrain, whether you're in a desert environment like we are here, in the city, riding through snow, or up at the sands of Lake Michigan. They'll get you anywhere you need to go. Mine, the Rad Mini, comes with a more aggressive tread, while Ray's, the Rad Mini step-thru, has a more city tread, but they both do great in any environment. Rad also partnered with Kenda to come up with a thicker inner wall to help protect you against punctures while you're out riding. Our favorite feature, and the reason we chose the Rad Mini over the other Rad Power bike models, is that they fold in half. So the handlebars will come down and the bikes will fold in half, resulting in a very, very compact area, which is great since our old bikes, we had to store them in the bed of the truck and they are exposed to the elements, which led to rust and just not working conditions with those bikes, where now we can store these in our pull-out tray of our Solitude. All right, now moving up to the handlebars, let's have Ray show you how to use it.
Okay, I'm gonna show you how to use the Rad Mini. It's extremely easy, but before I do that, I just wanted to clarify two differences between my bike and Jason's bike that you may have already noticed. He has the Rad Mini and I have the Rad Mini step-thru. The only two differences between our bike are the color and the step-thru feature. So I like this because I don't have to lift my leg all the way up to come around the back. So I wanted to point that out for those of you that might have mobility issues or simply are a little more on the lazy side like me. All of the features that Jason listed are exactly the same on my bike as well, so I've got all the great stuff too. Now, let me show you how to use it. To get started using a Rad Mini, on your left-hand side, you have a mode button and you just hold that down and it turns on your LCD screen. This screen shows you your battery level, your odometer, your speedometer, what pedal assist level you're on, and how many watts you're using from your battery. If you want to turn on your brake light and your headlight permanently, all you have to do is press the middle mode button and the up arrow at the same time, and that will turn on those lights for you. To use the pedal assist feature, you press the up and down arrows. If you go to pedal assist 0, the motor isn't helping you at all. You are completely pedaling the bike by yourself. It goes up to level 5, which basically means you're not really doing much when you're sitting at that 5 level. My favorite feature, and the one that Jason says I use a little too often, is the throttle on the right-hand side here. So as Jason previously mentioned, this hub motor is 750 watts, and when you turn this throttle, you're getting all of that power all at once, which is pretty fun. Rad Power Bikes was thinking on the safer side though, and actually added a button here that simply turns on and off your throttle. So when you don't want to accidentally hit it, you just have to turn it off. I mostly use the throttle to get going from a dead stop, or to help me up hills, or to just speed past Jason when we're on a nice clean stretch of road. The last thing up here is the 7-speed gear, and my other favorite feature, the bell. So let's go give you our final thoughts.
Now, there's plenty of uses for an e-bike, but one of the main reasons that we were looking for e-bikes is to explore cities. I absolutely hate driving our dually into cities, and especially our time on the East Coast. I feel like the city roads got smaller and smaller, and it's just harder to find places for parking, or the parking places are super expensive. So it's completely changed our life in terms of exploring cities. We used to find a place to park and either drive to the next destination and pay there, or we would find a place a little bit in the middle of where we would want to go and either hope that they have some of those rental scooters that are just laying around the street, or take an Uber, but all of that just added to our cost of exploring a city. So now we can park just a little outside where there's plenty of space for the dually and ride in, since they have such a great distance, and it's a lot more relaxing way to explore the city.
Yes, and not only have these e-bikes changed the way that we travel through cities, it's completely changed the way that we RV. We actually try to book campgrounds that are closer to bike paths now, or even closer to the city, so we don't even have to bring the dually in. We can just ride the e-bikes, where that ride typically would have been too long for us to go on our regular bikes. So we're completely changing the way that we travel, and these e-bikes have gotten us out more.
For example, we're gonna start exploring more national parks by e-bike now that as of 8/30/2019, they have allowed e-bikes in national parks anywhere a regular bike is allowed. So that's super exciting news for us. And then one of the other benefits that we have found use for the e-bikes is actually when we're boondocking. One of our biggest pain points has always been finding a spot, and since we have a huge fifth wheel and truck, sometimes going down these 2-track roads is just a little scary because we don't know how we're gonna get out if we can't find a spot. So we've been using the Rad Power bikes to scout ahead and find a perfect spot, or even just see if the road is passable, which is a huge stress reliever, and we're saving money by boondocking more.
Another way that these e-bikes have helped saved us money is actually not having to rent golf carts at rallies. If you've watched some of our previous vlogs, you know that we love attending different rallies, but personally speaking, sometimes getting around these rallies can be really difficult. And so the solution normally given to you is to just rent a golf cart, which can be a couple $100s. So we love these e-bikes because now we've been able to zip around the rallies and not have to either walk the long distance if we didn't want to fork out the rental fee. And now thankfully we don't even have to contemplate it. And speaking of golf carts, when we were considering which e-bike we wanted, the thought of a golf cart did cross our mind because there's certain ones that can get really small and we could fit it in the storage of our RV. However, we just decided against a golf cart in general because of the previous reasons that we said we even wanted an e-bike. You can't ride a golf cart down to explore the city. So for us, the e-bike was just the obvious way to go, and then after research, Rad Power Bikes was the obvious way for us to go. If we haven't made it clear enough, obviously we love our Rad Minis and we think that they're a great investment for anyone looking into e-bikes. And as all of our reviews, we do like to go over cons. And over the past 6 months of giving these bad boys a try, the only con that I could even come up with, it doesn't really affect Jason, is the weight. These bikes are 67 pounds each, which doesn't sound like too much, and I really can get it around. The only part that I find difficult is lifting the bike up past my chest to get it into our storage compartment in the RV.
And I don't even find the weight as a con to the bike because you can tell it's due to the durable construction. We've had bikes before that were really light, but they rusted really quickly. And you know that's not gonna happen with these bikes. And a decent amount of the weight is actually in the battery pack, which is part of the e-bike. So I think it's a great weight for a e-bike overall. I don't think it's too heavy. So the part that you've all been waiting for, the price. These bikes come in at a reasonable $1,499. And while that may be expensive for a regular bike, it's actually very reasonable for an e-bike.
And the reason Rad Power Bikes is able to keep this price so low but still create a really high quality product is because they don't have third-party vendors. They are a direct-to-consumer business. So that means you will be ordering your e-bike online and they'll ship it to you. However, we totally get if you're a try before you buy kind of person, and they have a link on their website that shows you where you can either rent one or just test ride one of their e-bikes. And lastly, Rad Power Bikes has given us a coupon code to share with you for a free RAM handlebar mount for your phone. To snag this deal, the coupon code is RAD-Getaway, and you will add whatever e-bike you want to your cart, the RAM handlebar mount to your cart, and then enter the coupon code during checkout and it will remove the cost of the RAM handlebar mount. This is one per customer and one per order. We actually really love these handlebar mounts. We have them on our bikes and they're perfect for either listening to music or GPS directions hands-free.
Oh, and we've received quite a few questions in our videos about what we do to secure our bikes when we're out exploring cities. So we actually, after a ton of research, picked up the Kryptonite New York Lock Forget About It Mini. This thing is heavy duty, and one of the things that we really like about it is that Kryptonite actually offers insurance on your bike if it gets stolen using one of their locks. So that is a great peace of mind.
Yes. We will have the link to the lock in the description of this video, as well as all of the information regarding the coupon code and the links to Rad Power Bike's website. Other than that, we hope you enjoyed this review. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to join our Getaway gang. We'll see you next time. Bye guys. So we don't have to rent golf carts. What are they even called? Okay. If we haven't made it clear, are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. If we haven't...
We received quite a few questions in our video. What?
No,
oh,
it's small.
okay.
Hey guys.
We're not the only ones excited about Rad.
These crows are freaking me out. Turning into the birds over here. We'll see you next time.
Bye,
guys.
Go. Go. Is an ant on the camera?
Where?
Oh no, it's a spider.
It's a spider?
Yeah, watch out.
Oh,
Oh, he's trying to...
oh.